On your mark, get ready, start.
The Nintendo 64 embraced the industry-wide move to 3D games and multiplayer, featuring 4 controller ports. Yet its cartridge format was expensive next to the CD-based Sony PlayStation, itself a descendant of Nintendo and Sony's aborted Super NES CD project. If the Nintendo 64 didn't have the widespread support of the NES or Super NES, it still did well with games either made or published by Nintendo. The Nintendo 64 DD add-on fared worse. Originally intended to combat CD-based systems, it saw a quiet, Japan-only release in 1999. Though Nintendo supported it for 2 years, the 64DD catalog started at a mere 10 titles. In 2003, the Nintendo 64 re-emerged in a weird way as the iQ Player, a plug-and-play system available only in mainland China that included several Nintendo 64 titles. Nintendo didn't stray far in crafting the Game Boy's first true successor. Released in 1998, the Game Boy Color sports a familiar design, but features a color screen, more powerful hardware, and an infrared port. The Game Boy Color's biggest booster in the late 90s was an original Game Boy game, Pokémon. The Pokémon craze also inspired Nintendo's smallest cartridge-based handheld with Pokémon Mini, and 2 Pokémon Pikachu devices played off the virtual pet craze. The Game Boy Advance brought Nintendo's handheld legacy full circle. The GBA switched the Game Boy's vertical layout for a horizontal one, and its graphics resembled those of Super NES games. With little competition, the Game Boy Advance lasted long enough for several redesigns. The SP introduced a flip-open style and a front-lit screen, while a backlit version of it followed in 2005, alongside the exceptionally small Game Boy Micro.